Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Heartbaked. I'm Nekro and we will be going on a date! By the way, I didn't mention it before, but if you look in the description you can see the link to where you yourself can get Heartbaked if you are so inclined. You can either get the game for free or you can give the developers as much as you want for the game, if you want to support them, which I would highly recommend. In any case, let's continue. I woke up bright and early in order to clear today's tight schedule a little bit before going on a date. I skipped happily down the stairs, humming to myself. Ginger, oh you foxy gal, nothing stands in your way. Snap, snap, chop, chop, and hair is yours, hey! With previously prepared dough, I started kneading some bread and rolls for the morning client rush. Ah, what a wonderful smell! Fresh dough at the dawn. What more could you possibly require to be happy? Who could that be? Bradley wasn't there yet. He comes at 5 AM and it's 4:30 AM. I'm coming! I hustled to the entranceway and opened the door, revealing standing Benjamin, accompanied by the 2 sheep. To what do I owe the pleasure of meeting you at this hour? I put on my trained shopkeeper smile, yet I could feel the corners of my mouth twitching in annoyance. Sure, we were supposed to meet today, but his face isn't something I want to see first thing in the morning. Maybe you shouldn't date him then. First and foremost, good morning, Gingeroo. He nodded his head slightly. Yeah, good morning. I have arrived to come and pick up you on your so-called date. At 4:30 AM? Benjamin, isn't it a little too early? Don't you have anything better to do? Like, I don't know, sleeping? Wouldn't the same go to you then? Why are you outside your sleeping chamber? I'm outside my sleeping chamber to actually get some things done before our date. And I was too tired yesterday to prepare any pastries for today. Because a certain someone literally seeps people's energy off by just standing next to them. I see. My presence in time is highly inconvenient then. However, since I already am present, would you like my assistance? With those words, he tried to barge into my shop, once again all muddy. No! I jumped in front of him, extending my arms to curb his enthusiastic idea. Stop right there, mister. Don't even dream of coming here at all dirty, again. Oh. Then it's a shame your clean freak friend isn't with you. He would have helped us overcome this ordeal. Hey, don't call Radley that! If you think he's only clean, you clearly don't know he carries around sanitary gels and excuses himself every 30 minutes to disinfect. Benjamin's eyebrows rose, and while he whistled in a low tone. Astonishing. Would you like me to undergo several disinfecting preparations before... Absolutely not! All I ask for is not having your sheep in my shop, even if they are valuable citizens. They cannot enter the shops, alright? And it's just common to clean yourself every now and then, Ben. It's not something we invented yesterday. From the village I come from, the pottery village, it's run-of-the-mill for us folk to be dirty since we spend our days away playing with clay and the like. Oh, pottery village? Isn't it a little far away from here? Aren't you homesick? He glanced away and waved his hand dismissively. You still have work that waits to be done, correct? I'll hang around here and wait for you. Take your time, Gingeroo. Benjamin strode away before I had a chance to protest. That's weird, even for him to simply ignore a question. I hope his reasons to come here are purely coincidental, like, there are better materials for pottery? Yeah? Yeah. It's not even my place to be worried about him. We are pretty much strangers. Well, better rush and bake some fresh breads and instruct Radley on dealing with more clients. With sweat running down my face, I galloped outside my bakery to find Benjamin. Muffin Tops Radley, how hard is it for you to comprehend that you can't ask clients to wash and disinfect currency before handing it to you? It's 8 AM. There's no way he'd be hanging around for so long. I ran around town square and asked some people about a giant with 2 cotton candies on tiny legs. No one saw a person like that. Well, it's fine. He didn't call off the date or anything, so perhaps I should go back and change my perspired uniform. Gingeroo! Wah! Suddenly a gigantic shadow wheeled me tightly, escorted by tiny short bars. Were you waiting this whole time? I asked, trying to hide the guilt ringing in my voice. I might be considered crazy, but I'm not a person who could idly sit around you, sister. Besides the times when you sit around doing nothing but watching your sheep also doing nothing? A true master of time management. Given your arguments about hygiene, I decided to come back to my farm and meticulously scrub off any form of dirt that might have been on me. I didn't know it was such an inconvenience to you. Wow, these words are just plainly moronic, but somehow his consideration makes my heart pound. Or perhaps it's because I can finally breathe freely. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. In his own awkward way, he tries his best. Only a small comment made him change his ways so much. Well, keep up bathing and you just might be granted a free entrance to my store at last. That would certainly be nice. I've wanted to try your pastries. Oh, okay. I've wanted to try your pastry since my arrival. We started to walk, being in the middle of a path and burdening people. Your arrival? When was that? I think about a month or 2 ago. What? But I haven't seen you anywhere before. Neither did that one other pastry chef, and whether you like it or not, you'd have to meet all of both of us. Why? Are you an important figure in this village? Well, our religion and beliefs say that pastry god resides in and conveys his will through pastry chefs. Hence the annual festival named after him and other festivities. He fell silent for a while, thinking about something. It seemed like our destination was his farm. Strangely, after visiting it so many times in a row, I didn't mind. I was looking forward to it in truth. Pottery village. Ben started, unsure how to address his words correctly. I think it is similar to this village. Both of our gods are close to creativity, baking and the like. So, in our custom, the potters are the vessels carrying pottery god's will. Are you one of the potters? I saw a pottery table on your farm with some discarded ideas and... No, he said in a curt tone, signalizing that this topic was off limits. The atmosphere became more sullen, with just the smallest mention about his previous life. Now I'm really curious. Hurry up, Ben, and give me an opportunity to ask you personal questions. We spent the rest of the way in silence. After a while, I felt someone's gaze on me. I sense you're itching to ask me something, Benjamin. A little gasp escaped his mouth. Well... Unsure how to phrase the words, he fell silent while petting the head of one of his sheep. It seemed to help him gather his thoughts. I managed to gather some valuable ins and outs about the knitting techniques. Okay. It was possible only because of your help for the past few days. We finally reached his farm, and Ben immediately led the sheep to the pen so they could graze in peace and quiet. I am happy to hear that, I guess. Gingeru, happy is a great understatement. For you are over the moon, surely. Don't tell me how to feel, Sheep Muffin. The enthusiast shook his head and sighed dramatically. Then it's best if I show you then. He dashed to his hut and in less than a second he brought with him a pile of unknown messy mass. I present you, fruits of my labor. The fruits turned out to be awfully made knitted clothes. No, scratch that. Those abominations don't deserve the title of clothing. Well then. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, my thinking process goes like this. This guy seems to value honesty, but he also doesn't value cruelty, because it's very much possible that he has been like laughed out of the village, out of the pottery village, because he wanted to be a knitter and not a potterer or whatever. I'm sorry, English is not my first language. So okay, ask if he's thinking about becoming a fashionista. Avoiding the subject or laughing at his incompetence just seems cruel. Oh, Ben, you are taking a giant step in the fashion world, aren't you? As you can see, my technique isn't polished yet. Your style develops with time, but the talent shows momentarily. Oh, indubitably. As I said, not my first language. Your talent shows, alright. Yet, I was wondering, why would we need woolen grades, dear Benjamin? Metal ones do the job well enough. Whatever do you mean? He spread one of the moth-eaten blankets. Clearly this is a poncho. Oh, pardon me, obviously, I am looking at a poncho. See, the climate is too warm to be wearing ponchos on a daily basis, but what if we added breathing holes? Breathing holes. Ben pointed at the numerous openings in the poncho. That way we won't perspire as much. Beauty means suffering, no? However, in my ingeniousness, I lowered the suffering part to minimum. And I didn't quite take him as the sadistic sort. We learn something every day, huh? Ben, I think the world isn't ready for your astute minds and design. Your novelty is simply too much to handle for us, normal folk. He nodded slowly. I can see where you're coming from. Just looking at your outfit makes me wonder exactly how prosperous is your bakery, or rather, how it lacks any prosperity. Excuse me? Don't worry, Gingeru. I will make you some decent clothes in nearby future. I didn't ask for... Your lips are sealed, yet your eyes scream. You cannot fool me. I will strangle this man in his sleep. Pastry god, this is the only thing you won't stop me from doing. When I entered my sacred baking grounds, the sight of Radley crying in the ground greeted me. What in the pastry god's name has happened? Upon hearing my voice, he shut up, wiping his tears off. Ginger, you're back, finally. He crawled to my side and hugged me tightly, sobbing into my skirt. Radley, get up, come on. Don't wipe your snot on my skirt. Sorry. Radley sniffed a little. But you have no idea what I had to go through. Oh, the ordeal. Oh, ordeal? Okay. No, this time. I swear this time. It was a life-threatening experience. Even your bakery could have been hurt in the process. Still not believing him, I nodded to allow Radley to continue his tale. So, I was here, minding my business, occasionally attending the clients, right? Right. Sweeping the floor and such. Man, let me tell you how people don't know the idea of the doormat. Radley. Sorry. Anyway, this atrocious kid with his mother come in. And he was picking his nose, Gingy. That's hardly a crime, Rats. He wouldn't infect anything. Oh, but you don't understand, Gingy. Why won't you get it? And why are your shoes covered in mud? I've just cleaned up too. He slumped to the floor and curled up in a ball. Even you betrayed me. Even you. The nose and the feet. I can't trust anything. I have no energy to deal with 2 nitwits in one day. I sighed and passed whining Radley and went to the kitchen. His sobbing was still audible in the distance, with occasional whimpers about noses. It was so nice having normal friends and acquaintances. Though, as sad as it might seem to me, Benjamin might be the most decent one. I mean, one day he might even conquer the fashion world. Who wouldn't want to say, hello, yes, I know this person. You could say I'm the muse of his handicrafts. Though, now that I think about it, he lives in such a secluded area, never to be seen outside or extremely rarely. For a month he wouldn't give a sign of his presence, probably knows no one in the village besides me and Radley, whom you simply can't not know. Is he working anywhere? Does his family help him financially? I need to ask him about that tomorrow. Okay, this one was really fun. Even more fun than the ones before, and it seems like I did an okay job. I mean, the gorge is half full and we're at 1/2 of the chapters, so I am guessing I did alright. In any case, I hope you had fun, because I surely did, and I will see you next time. Till then!